Donald Trump getting roundly criticized for his comments about Second Amendment enthusiasts being able to do something about Hillary Clinton's potential anti-gun court appointments. Some individuals are going beyond criticizing Trump's taste and humor to bringing up legal repercussions. Democratic Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy tweeted, "Don't treat this as a political misstep. It's an assassination threat, seriously upping the possibility of a national tragedy and crisis." Has Donald Trump finally crossed the line from crass to criminal? Well, let's turn to Fox News senior judicial analyst. It's Judge Andrew Napolitano. So, free speech versus violence. When do you cross the line?
You cross the line when you command violence and there is no time for more speech to rebut, challenge, or neutralize your command. Now, that's the general, what lawyers call black letter law. But that's not this case, because this case, he didn't command violence. He used words that people who hate him, people who absolutely do not want him in the White House, have interpreted, like Senator Murphy, to mean it's an assassination threat.
Yeah.
But when a speaker uses words that have a violent interpretation and a nonviolent interpretation, the court is required to accept the nonviolent interpretation. The reason for that requirement is because the right to free speech must be as broad and wide as possible.
Yeah.
So is a fair reading of what he said the following: I want Second Amendment enthusiasts to vote for me. Yes, that's a fair reading of that. Because it's a fair reading, that's the one the courts would accept. Now, politically, he put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
Whether he did it intentionally or not, I don't know. But legally, the government can't harm a hair on his head, and Senator Murphy should know better.
And
this is no more an assassination attempt than it is a dance on the moon.
Yeah, Senator Murphy should know better, and these are very, very serious claims, and it's a very, very serious inference, but it was a very, very stupid thing for Donald Trump to say, because once again, here we have a week where the focus should be on Hillary Clinton and her moral failings. Hillary Clinton and her questionable practices, but we're not discussing that at all.
You know, Kennedy, I usually don't get into the politics, as you know, but here's my view. If the issue is, if the issue in the voters' minds is Donald Trump's fitness to be president of the United States, Hillary will win. If the issue is the public prepared for a third Obama term in the person of Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump can win.
Yeah.
So his job is to try and focus the issue on what Mrs. Clinton wants to do, not on things like, is a judge from Indiana really Mexican?
Yeah.
Is this Muslim American lawyer unworthy of challenging me on the Constitution?
Yeah.
When he does things like that, or now the Second Amendment thing, the issue becomes his fitness.
Yeah, and when he talks about Russians hacking Hillary emails and delivering those to the press, when he talks about the Khan family and, you know, the continued doubling down and attacks on them, it's a giant distraction.
He wants to cut a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
In a good way. If you believe he really means it, if you believe he will stick with that, that's a winning issue with him, and he should be talking about it.
Yeah, he should be talking about that. He should be focusing on the economy, and, you know, he can also focus on her ineptitude with the economy, with her email server, and even with Benghazi. And speaking of which, the latest batch of Hillary Clinton's emails from her time as Secretary of State are prompting allegations of corruption by using her public position for personal gain. How serious are these allegations?
They are very serious, and I believe that they are the subject of a serious FBI investigation.
Ongoing, that's already happening?
Yes. Here's the question. Did Mrs. Clinton, directly or indirectly through her top aides, exercise the lawful, awesome powers of Secretary of State in order to enrich her husband personally or her husband's foundation? If the answer to that is yes, she should be indicted. If the answer is equivocal, they're not going to indict her.
Yeah.
But the evidence, Kennedy, is damning. The stuff that came out today, I'm going to summarize it and characterize it, showed her aides more concerned about the Clinton Foundation and the exemptions from complying with American law of her and her husband's foreign friends than it did showing them managing the State Department.
Absolutely, and it also did not show them morally and ethically protecting her and the pledge that she made to distance herself from the foundation. There was no mention of that. It was just easy.
Whatever you think of the president was very concerned about Bill Clinton and Mrs. Clinton becoming rich while Mrs. Clinton was Secretary of State. She made all kinds of promises to him. She doesn't appear to have kept them.
No,
and
she
it
doesn't.
depends on what the FBI finds. If they find enormous contributions in return for exemptions from American law, you have a basic case there against her.
Yeah, we will see. They were able to reconstruct a lot of those emails. Judge, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. See how this one unfolds.